Landauer.
First, be sure to turn the power off and unplug the reader. Remove the cover from the analytical side of the reader by loosening the 4 latch screws from the left side of the reader using a hex wrench. Open the top access door by using the supplied key. Disconnect the access door safety switch located at the inside back of the reader. Remove the cover by first sliding the cover to the left, then lifting up. Carefully move the cover away, being sure the switch is disconnected and no wires are tangled. Remove the PMT housing by disconnecting the necessary 8 wires. For readers with a PMT fan, as shown here, there is an additional connector for a total of 9 wires that need to be disconnected. Be sure to pull on the connectors and not pull on the wires. Pulling on the wires could cause the wires to break free from the connectors, causing the reader to become inoperable. On the PMT, the power connector is a slip ring connector. Pull the ring back first, then pull the connector out. The signal wire is a BNC connector which is released by a quarter turn, then pull. The 2D barcode camera also has a slip ring connector. Pull the ring back first, then pull the connector out. The final connection is released by pushing the release lock on the connector, then pulling them apart. Next, loosen the housing screws. These screws are designed to not be completely removed. Remove the housing by grasping the support bracket holding the barcode camera. Slightly jiggle and pull the housing back. Carefully remove the housing, being sure that all of the necessary connectors are disconnected and no wires are tangled. Place the housing face down on a soft cloth for protection. First, remove the slide carrier by moving it to the front of the reader. Then slide it out by simultaneously pushing on the back towards the front of the reader and carefully pulling the front of the carrier out to the left. Be careful not to scratch the C14 phosphor capsule. Clean the mechanical parts of the reader by using a cotton swab dipped in isopropyl alcohol. Clean the Teflon guide. Also the slot for the slide carrier. When the swab becomes dirty, replace with a clean one. Use as many swabs as necessary to fully clean the reader. Clean the area where the dosimeter is pushed up into the housing. This area can collect glue and dirt from the dosimeter label. Clean the Teflon rollers for the up-down pusher. Clean the pusher rod, including the rack gear teeth. Next, clean the slide carrier. Make sure the carrier rack teeth are clean from any debris that could cause damage to the gears. Using a high-grade optical wipe, Gently wipe the C14 capsule. To clean the PMT housing, use a cotton swab and isopropyl alcohol on the housing metal areas. Do not use these on the shutter optical filter. Clean the area around the filter shutter. Ensure that all areas where the OSL slide and case come into contact are clean. To clean the shutter optical filter, use only a high-grade optical wipe. Dampen with just a couple of drops of 95% or better isopropyl alcohol. Wipe the optical filter with several gentle swipes of the optical wipe. Take care not to push too hard, as too much force could scratch the filter. Then wipe again with the dry area of the wipe to remove any streaks. To reassemble the reader, first slide the slide carrier back into position. Using the pulse motor shaft, move the carrier back and forth to ensure it moves freely. Then move the carrier to the front of the reader. While holding the barcode camera bracket, replace the PMT housing. Make sure all cables are out of the way. Align the guide pins to the holes in the housing. Do not force the housing back into position. Gentle wiggling of the housing should allow it to go back into place. Tighten the thumb screws to secure the housing. Do not use any tools to tighten the screws. These should only be hand tight. Reconnect all connections. There will be a total of 8 connections, or 9 if your reader has the PMT fan installed as shown here. Replace the reader cover by setting the cover on top, leaving about a 2-inch gap to the right. Then slide the cover to the right to put it into position. Reconnect the access door safety switch. Using a hex wrench, reattach the lid by tightening the latching screws. When done, turn the reader power back on and allow the reader to stabilize for about 1 hour.